What's going on, people? In this episode, we're literally just hanging out. I'm Jorge Lanzas, and now we break it down, baby. Alright, thank you so much for being here once again. And remember, like, subscribe, and do all those cool little things that we like to do on YouTube so that you and I can stay in touch with each other. Like I said in the beginning, we're literally just gonna hang out. So feel free to just walk away if you want to. But today, we're gonna put some strings on this cool little guitar that I have right here. Some of you might have seen my video about the Fender Deluxe Stratocaster, which I'm gonna link right here. You can go check it out. It's basically the review for this guitar. I did a cool little song for it and whatever. Go check it out if you want to. But the thing is, today I wanna change the strings because I have a project for this guitar. I wanna put 10s first and foremost because that's what I have on my other Strats.
In the very near future, I might be doing some Strats shootout.
And also, I have a set of Fat 50s that I did a video for right here that you can see too. Not to be just plugging, but whatever. If we're just hanging out, you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you that I have videos, right? I'm gonna probably put the Fat 50s in this guitar. So for now, what I want to try to do is just change the strings so that by the time that I'm gonna do that, we're not gonna have like a big setup problem every time I do a change or whatever. So I'm just gonna change the strings real quick. They shouldn't be too hard because we have lock-in tuners. So it should be a little bit easier. Why don't we just start? I'm rambling. Okay, I wish I could just like play music, you know, but you know, copyright, it's a little bit messed up. I'm gonna start literally just taking off the backplate cover. I keep it on in my guitars because I'm not touring, and I just keep my guitars here in the studio basically. And it makes no sense for me to just like keep the backplate off. You know, I'm not changing strings all the time, and I don't want to be doing advertising for brands and stuff like that, but that's one of the reasons why I use the strings that I use, because so far those are the ones that last the longest for me, still sounding really good and feeling really good, so I like them a lot. I've heard some people telling me that I should maybe try the XS. Have you ever had the XS? The new ones from Dario, is it? I mean, I've heard they're really good. Haven't tried them. I've tried the NYXLs. Those were pretty good too. Let me know what your favorite strings are. And then, you know, I don't do like heavy genres too much or anything like that. And most of what I do is just like pop production. So what do you recommend for that kind of music? Anyway, let's see. What do we have here? Everything looks fine. See, like these guitars, they do such a good job in the Mexican factory. Very little to fault in this guitar, I think. Let's adjust this guy. All right, here we go. Trusty tools, right? I wonder if we should probably polish the frets too. They don't look too bad. Right, let's take the strings all the way. How do you change the strings? Do you take all the strings out at the same time, or do you do one by one? I guess if I had like a Floyd Rose, definitely one by one, or a Bigsby, I guess. But if it's like a Strat or a Gibson or like a Telly, something like that, I feel like there's no problem. Especially because I want to check how straight the neck is in this guitar. Because that's something, again, I might have to do a shootout between the Ultra and this guy. Both of them are basically the top end of each respective factory.
Oh, I did this wrong again.
You're supposed to cut the first part so that then when you're trying to pull them like this, they come out easy. Not like in my case that I was about to be in trouble. Here you go. Also, I'm not paying too close of attention because I'm trying to talk to you. Come out. Anyway, let's clip this cables. I'm curious to know what guitars you guys have and why. The other day when I did, I don't know if you've checked that video that I did about the Charvel that I called like the Super Telly right here. So somebody made a comment because I said that I say a lot of good things about the guitar. I say how good it is. because it really is a great guitar. But I also say how it's not for me, right? Like, and I love playing it unplugged, but I just don't find a use for that sound in my life, basically. Let's see, this looks pretty straight. Although I don't really trust this straight edge because it's like the cheapest that I mean, at the time I didn't know how important it was. But you know, at least like to give me a rough idea. I'm not like super picky about setups, to be honest. And the more I play, the less I care about the setup, because the stronger your fingers get, you don't care about anything really. Once you're playing, you're playing. But nice to know. Let's at least clean this guy. Just a little cleanup while we're at it. I'm not using any oil or anything. Ooh, the camera moves a lot. Ooh. The overhead camera, I have it like on like one of those clamps that you put on the table. So it's attached to the table, so as soon as I move, sorry guys, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable or anything. Let me just clean this real quick. It looks okay. I don't think I need to polish those frets. Definitely we're gonna lubricate that nut. A lot of people don't lubricate the bridge, but some people say that you should, and I just do it. And honestly, I feel like in my life, usually I'm like, I don't follow rules, I don't follow instructions, I don't read manuals, whatever, I just rough everything out. But for some reason with guitars, since I started like so late in my life right now, I approached it from a different perspective. And I've been like trying to follow rules and stuff like that, and it's been paying out pretty good. Cause a lot of things that people have problems with, their guitars, I haven't really had, just because I'm trying to be as mindful as I can. Although I made stupid mistakes, I'm telling you. Maybe one day I'm gonna start just opening up. I wonder if we should do episodes like this, that is just like I'm changing strings or something like that, like something mundane. It's like a confessional. Man, I wish I had live, because this would be so fun to do live and just see what you guys are saying. But whatever. We have what we have, and we do what we do. What we can. I'm just thankful for you guys to be here. And if you're not subscribing, you really want to subscribe, go for it, man. I would appreciate that a lot. Trying to get to those 1,000 subscribers like as quick as possible, so I can start doing lives and start doing like little community posts. But yeah, and do you guys use any particular like product to clean your guitars and stuff that I should probably be aware of? Like I said, I'm pretty new on my guitar journey as a first person, I guess. But you know, I've known guitars my whole life, and I've done stuff with guitars for like a long time. But now that I'm getting into it, I'd love to hear what people use, and you know, because there's people that have been like, oh, I've been doing this thing for 15 years, and all of a sudden last week I changed. I love to hear those kind of stories. So if you have anything like that, drop those gems here in the comment section. I'll read it, and hopefully somebody else reads it and it helps them in whatever way. And then here's the beauty of the locking tuners, right? Like I say, I don't really know if there's any difference in terms of oh, you know what? I'm gonna tighten this nuts. This little thingies. And easier. Oh man, it's this metric and I don't have it. There it is. There it is. Okay, these are all tight. There it is. Perfect. Great. Ooh, I like this little, like, let's see if you get, oh, you guys can see it. Let me move it. Right there on the headstock. Yeah, if you see right here, that like little blemish that looks like that's a bird eye, and it goes all the way through. And it does have a little bit of flame, like when you sit in different ways. So it's like a, like, ordinary, extraordinary feature. So I like that. It gives it a little bit of personality. Anyways, locking tuners make it easy. I don't know if they make the tuning better, but they make it easier to put your strings on. And even though they're locking, I like to give it a tiny bit of slack, just in case like one of these days I need to do some work. I know for a fact that I'm going to be changing the pickups, right? So the little bit of slack that I'm going to give it is going to allow me to take the strings out of the tuners. Just take it out, change the pick guard, do whatever I'm going to do, and then put it back easy, right? And I cut really close. Why? I don't know. Let's leave a little bit of slack. Perfect. Now, let's clip that perfect little string over here. There we go. Beautiful. Everything requires patience. In case there's like very young people here in the audience, probably you already left, but if there's anybody left, yeah, everything takes time. You need patience, and sometimes when we're younger, we feel like everything needs to come right now. Everything needs to happen right now, or you're running out of time, and you are. But also, there's time for you to do everything that you need to do and focus on everything that you need to focus. Don't hurry up too much. Anyway, we're almost done here putting these strings on. It's pretty quick and easy. Even though I've taken my time and I'm like super relaxed because I've had such a long day today and I'm so tired. But I really wanted to do this before I jump into a session that I have to do. I'm recalling a few mixes. And let me know if you guys would like more content about like mixing tips and like mastering tips, editing, all that kind of stuff. Let's see what's going on here. Again, if you're still here, I'm glad that you're here. I feel like this might be a little bit boring for most people. But at least, you know, sometimes I feel like you might be like doing dishes, you know what I mean? You might be like hanging out, just like, I don't know, waiting for somebody to open the door for you, whatever it is that you're doing, you know. And sometimes it's just nice to have somebody that you're listening to and you're just like chilling and doing your thing, but that person's right there keeping you company. At least I do it a lot. Let me know if you do that kind of stuff. I want to try those like Peterson stroke tuners. Is it Peterson? Okay, we're gonna have to mess with the springs a little bit because since I'm turning it to 10s, of course it's like pulling a little bit harder. All right, but before we do that, let's start putting some lubricaciones. I wish I had that little Stumac string puller for this. This makes it so easy. 22 bucks. I don't know. Everything's Stumac. I guess it's really good, but it's like pretty expensive. What do you guys think about nuts? I've heard like there's people that hate bone nut because they feel like it's a little bit too inconsistent and sometimes a little bit rough, and basically you can get duds that don't sound good. But then there's the other side of the spectrum that it's like, oh, if it's not a bone nut, I don't like it. What side of the spectrum are you on? Sometimes if you don't have the right nut, it doesn't hold tuning. So yeah, that's a thing, I feel. But like, I definitely feel like anything like sort of like Raftec-y, self-lubricating is good, I guess. And I know like back in the day, because I'm like a 2000s, like 90s, 2000s kid. And like the Irana compensated nut by Ernie Ball was like the thing. And everybody wanted to have it in their guitars. It's like a big craze. Okay, we did that. And if you see, I'm just like putting it like roughly up here. Just because I know the strings move. when you're playing, and I'm gonna be stretching these bad boys out too, and that's gonna make it move, and that's when we're gonna get all the lubrication that we need. Okay, so you can hear it already went to sneezes. So just do this, and then don't be too harsh on this. Just a bit. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. A couple inches. An inch to, I mean, a half inch to an inch, kind of maybe. And this, guys, I think, like the one strings, yeah, go for it. I don't care. I go for it. Especially, they do move a lot more too. There we go. We have the guitar up to pitch. This is the damage by taking it 2/10 there in the bridge. It lifted all the way up there. So we're gonna come right here. And we're gonna give it a few whacks. Let's see. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Let's see how we're looking. Let's see what the pitch is doing here. So we're gonna be looking at it. A little bit more than an F. So we're gonna do 4 whacks. See what happened in 4 whack land. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's see where we at. Just like predicted, 2 more. And that's probably it. 1, 2, 1. Now let's see. Now let's turn it into pitch. And we're almost there. We're almost there. And we're almost there. And I like to do it this way just because I don't like to just dock it all the way down to the guitar. Even though some people say it might be better, it might be a little bit more resonance or whatever. But I feel like when I have a Strat, I want to have that feel and that sound of like the pivoting thing. You know what I mean? Like even when you pull the string up, you have to do it a little bit more, or you have to like control, like counter by putting your hand a little bit stronger on the bridge. And on that note, I think we're good. Let me see how it plays a little bit. And let's see. It's incredible how right here I have three strats. Right here in the studio, I mean, right? Wow, intonations stay pretty much the same from 9s to 10s. So tension string, it changes a lot. But I guess intonation not that much, which is great. So I was saying, like, I have 3 strats, and even if I put like the same strings, right, they don't feel the same at all. I thought literally thought that when I put the 10s, it was gonna get like super stiff. That I was gonna lose that slinkiness that I had from the 9s, but not at all. I can't believe how great this guitar is. Honestly, it just feels so good when you're playing it. It just makes you feel stupid sometimes. Because I do have the Ultra and the American Pro 2. Both more expensive. Every time I play this guy, I feel great. So I think what we set out to do, it's done. Remember, I'm right here. I'm your homie. We can have moments to hang out, and let me know in the comment section if this kind of like episodes interest you, and like if the conversation and the banter is good and we can open up as friends. I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is gonna be a cool thing that we can start doing more often. And just as usual, remember, like if you like this video, definitely subscribe. Stay warm, stay safe. Go to the comment section down below and let me know what you think. Other than that, I'm out.